Okay, right. Well, let me give you my outright favourite, and this is going to come as absolutely no surprise. This guy is having a fantastic season. And when we did our re-ranking this week with our unique algorithm, then he came out at number 1, which I was not surprised about. Again, the one thing that's surprising me is the fact that the odds for this guy are so much higher than I thought they would be. I had a look around and the highest I found him at is 35 to 1. 30 to 1 seems to be the kind of going odds for Denny McCarthy this week. Now, if you followed this show for a while, you'll know that I'm a big fan of McCarthy and I've been picking him for such a long time. But if you look at a course that was going to really set up for his game and a time in his career and in the season where he could take home a trophy, this would be it. He's 11 top 20s this season. He had that runner-up finish at Memorial in June. And he's had 2 top 7 finishes in his last 3 starts. He's an incredible putter. He's first in strokes gained putting when you look at the field this week. First inside 10 feet on the tour. And 2 top 15 finishes at this tournament before. Best one is a 9th place in 2020. So listen, if there was ever a time, because McCarthy has been trending this entire season, you know, and really, as I said, the highlight has been that runner-up finish at Memorial when he lost in a playoff. But I mean, this would just be the ideal ending before the playoffs for Denny McCarthy, because we're all kind of expecting it. And as I said, this course just sets up perfectly for his game. So yeah, 30 to 1 being the kind of average, 35 to 1 when I had a little hunt around, but an outstanding price for McCarthy this week.
Yeah, McCarthy is another one of these young guys that we're waiting for them to win, you know. There's talk of him being on the Ryder Cup team. I don't think he's going to get on the Ryder Cup team if he doesn't win. I don't think you can. There's just too many Americans down that list. Do we have that list there to have a look at the Ryder Cup? Denny McCarthy is in the conversation, but without a win, I don't think, you know, Zach Johnson would have a pretty tough time, Diane, putting in, where is he there? There at number 15,
Yeah, he's 15.
So, you know, you've got Sam Burns right there ahead of him, the match play champion, Ricky Fowler, who's won this year, Keegan Bradlin, who's won. I mean, there's a lot of guys, Diane, around him that would have to get, you know, past to pick McCarthy. So, you know, I'm with you on riding these trends. You know, is McCarthy saving himself for the playoffs, or is he putting all his eggs into this week's basket? I'm sure they don't quite think that way. They're always trying to play well and win, but McCarthy's such a great putter. This is a good chance for him to pick up his first win.
Yeah, just an amazing putter. You know, there's got to be so many guys on tour that look at the likes of Denny McCarthy who never, I mean, very, very rarely misses anything, rarely puts a foot wrong on the greens. And there's so many guys that when we look at our stats and we look across the board and we're taking in kind of 5 key stats, they're green, 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 red, strokes gained putting. And, you know, McCarthy's been happily sitting within the top 3 for the entire year.
I heard a great quote from McCarthy, and I don't know if it's his quote. It was from him. I don't know if it's his, but he said something like about his putting. He doesn't really care how he does it with hole putts, that is. He just cares about, you know, getting it online. He doesn't really think too much about his stroke, doesn't think too much about much at all, just thinks about how to get it online. And that's very interesting, because so many guys worry about every little movement in their stroke and try to get everything perfect. And here's McCarthy, the number 1 putter on tour, just kind of letting it go, you know. And I always hate those guys that putt so good. When you play with Crenshaw, same thing. Just looks like he's painting the side of the house with his putter, you know. Doesn't have a care in the world, and we're over here trying to manage every inch of our stroke to keep it online, you know. So, McCarthy's got a great chance this week.